स्वभावचिन्मयानन्दं कृपापूर्णं जगत्पतिं हरिषड्वर्गजेतारं नित्यानन्दगुरुं भजे.
First thing you need to understand Shiva's concept about purity. Constantly we are asked to be good, we are asked to be pure. The idea of purity is forced upon us. Constantly you are taught by the society, moralists, that something is right, something is wrong, something is pure, something is impure, something is good, something is bad. Constantly you are taught the idea of good and bad, and you are forced to practice something good, or which society believes as good. But life is nowhere related to what society believes. Life is totally different. What society believes is different. What is life is totally different. There is a beautiful saying. When you think in a generalized way, but when you live in a very, with the situations which you can't generalize. You are not living only the situations which can be generalized. In your life there are so many things comes up where generalization is not possible, where you can't decide ahead what to do and what not to do. All your ideas about morality, all your ideas about right and wrong will not have any relevance. Somebody asked me, Swamiji, why our scriptures doesn't speak about gambling? There are ancient scriptures, only Puranas speak about gambling. The ancient scriptures doesn't speak about gambling. Why in Upanishads we don't speak about gambling? Why they have not banned gambling? I told him that at that time there was no gambling. First of all, the gambling itself didn't exist. How do you expect they should speak about it? And naturally no Upanishad will ban TV. No Upanishad will ban any drugs. Because that time all this problem didn't exist. When it comes to morality, good and bad, it is completely related to situation. It is relative. It is not existential. According to Shiva, purity means innocence, not being affected by the thoughts or by the samskaras, not being touched by the engrams. Let it be very clear, even if you are not expressing your emotions, even if you are not expressing your anger, greed, lust, if they are there in your inner space, you are not pure person. Socially you may be pure person, but actually you will not be pure person. One more thing, even if you express anger, lust, greed, and nothing touches your inner space, you live like a child, innocent child, then be very clear, you are pure being. You can see kids get angry. They are very greedy. You can actually they build their personality on greed. They build their personality on greed. That is why they will be so aware of that mind. They will be so conscious about that mind attitude and mind idea. They can't give up even a small one toy. Even you try to take away a toy from a child, you will see as if his life is taken away. You will start having the wheezing problem. He will start wheezing. Because their whole personality is built on mind, the concept of mind. They also have greed. They have anger. But you don't call them impure. We always say kids are pure. The reason is the impurity, what you think as impurity, doesn't disturb their inner space. They will sit and play with the toys, but after 2 hours they will throw everything and go away. They don't carry anything in them. Their inner space is beautiful. Their inner space is pure. You can't even say they are thieves even if they have stolen something. You can't say they are thieves even if they have stolen something, because they don't have an idea that something belongs to somebody. You should not take from them. It is somebody's property. The very idea doesn't exist in them. Innocence is purity. With knowledge, even if you don't steal, you may not physically possess that object, but mentally you will be constantly waiting. You have not yet become thief because of police, that's all. We are not stealing because of the police. Let it be very clear, it is directly related to inner space. Purity is directly related to inner space. It is nowhere related to outer world. Shiva is speaking about important concept. He is giving you the technique to achieve the ultimate purity. That is why I have to give a small introduction about purity. He is giving the technique to achieve purity. Even if you see the Shiva's life or the Shiva Purana, Shiva as described by Puranas, you won't see any traditional social purity in him. The place where he lives or the way in which he lives, nothing is directly related to purity. He is in Smashan with all the ghosts. He is surrounded by Bhutaganas. He is surrounded by Pretas. And his lifestyle, the way in which he is described, nothing seems to be pure. Nothing is related to purity. But he is a great master because nothing touches him. He is not touched by anything.